What's good, YouTube? It's your boy MF Different. We back with another tier list, another banger on our hands, boys and ladies. I think we're covering all the movies from 2011 on this one. So obviously, if you haven't seen the last one, this is going to be a series of all the movies that I've deemed that I've watched. I'm going to put them in a tier list from 2010 to 2025. And then, like I said, if there's any movies that I'm missing or anything, y'all can throw them in the comments. Anything that you don't agree with or you do agree with, feel free to engage. Throw some comments in there. And yeah, let's just get right into it. If you haven't seen the first one, I'd recommend to pause this one. Like, subscribe if you haven't already.
Do it. Do it.
And then pop back to the last video, give that one a watch, and then pop into this one. All right, we're going to dive right into it. Ain't nothing much to it but to do it. So, this time, I feel like because last video I was a little jambled, I was a little all over the place. This was the first video, you know what I'm saying? Got the first video jitters out. Definitely had some caffeine too. So, last video was a little, you know, a little bit all over the place. But this one, I took notes and stuff like that. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit more concise, to the point, stuff like that. I might go off on a rant here and there, but who knows? Let's get started. So, first one up, we got Apartment 143. Now, for this one, I'm going to be real. I watched it one time. It was like on Netflix for the longest. I kept seeing it as I was scrolling past because there was definitely a point in time on Netflix, and everybody knows, where it was the same goddamn movies every year. It was just the same movies. Maybe you would get one little addition here and there come Halloween time, you know what I'm saying? They throw in a couple of your favorites, but apart from that, it was so stale on Netflix at one point, and that's why I'm so glad that there's other streaming services that gave them competition to be like, nah, we got to put up new shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was on there, and I remember watching it. I was not rocking with it. It just reminded me of a weaker version of another movie that also is going to be coming up in this tier list, and I mean, the synopsis of it is some psychologists pretty much on a straight. Some psychologists are pretty much trying to find out what's going on with these like random string of occurrences in this cursed apartment and apartment building. Yeah, it just kind of goes all over the place. It's not really one of my favorites, I'm gonna be honest. So we're gonna have to place it in the Le Bum tier. Next up, we got Final Destination 5. For me, Final Destination, the whole series, the franchise as a whole, is kind of like a guilty pleasure. It's kind of like Saw for me. No matter how bad they can get, I still can find some good in them. Literally, each movie has an infamous scene that makes us no longer want to do those activities, right? So, like, in the first one, there was the shower scene. In the second one, there was the scene where driving behind the truck with the logs and shit. No one does that anymore. Also, I think in the third one, there was the tanning bed one.
I fucked up. I said it's too hot in here. Huh?
Yeah, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
Then in this one, you got the eye scene where she goes to the eye doctor and all that. I'm just saying, man. There's always a wild ass scene that makes the 1 through 5 like memorable. Like, I don't know, it definitely is good. And then also each one of the main premises, like with the bridge, the airplane, all that shit, I just think it's fire. There are real life instances that can go wrong, and I think it's kind of like based on luck and death and all this stuff, and I think it's cool. I love it as a series. So for me, unfortunately, due to nostalgia factor, I'm gonna have to put it in Nikola Jokic. I don't care. It is what it is. Next, so we got Apollo 18. Right off the bat, I'm going to put in the Le Bum tier. I really didn't like this movie. I remember watching it with my cousins growing up. We threw this in. We thought it was going to be fire. And we were shitting on it the entire time. From beginning to end, it was very slow. And then what you would pretty much, you had to wait 30 minutes to see a rock move. And then you're like, ooh, oh, we got some movement. And then it's like, all right, but then it doesn't really get to anything. And then at the end, it's like these like spider rocks.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And then they like consume them in their suits, and then this whole thing, and there's a bigger, so much potential, and like a 10-set finish. You know what I'm saying? Great move to the rack, but a 10-set finish. It was not good. For the next one, we got Priest. Now, for me personally, I'm gonna put it in the James Harden. I thought it was fire. I thought it was a hidden gem. You feel me? You had my boy Paul Bettany in that joint. You had Kerbin. Jesus Christ. You had Carl Urban. You had Maggie Q in that joint. You had a couple heavy hitters in there, and overall it was a great premise. Pretty much this priest's niece ends up getting kidnapped by some vampires. There's pretty much like a whole war and shit going on between vampires and humans for decades. The war was ended, but then these vampires kind of resparked it by kidnapping his niece, and then he goes all Liam Neeson and shit and ends up just whooping ass throughout the entire movie. Action packed to the gills. Overall fire though. I'm telling you, I'd give it a watch if you haven't already. So the next one we got is gonna be I hate this movie. Straight up, I ain't gonna lie. It's just grotesque. It's stupid for no reason. It makes no sense. Literally in the first 15 minutes, son is beating his geschmorgen to the first one.
Pause. That was crazy.
Which is insane. Beating it alone to the first one is insane, but in addition, you beating it with sandpaper.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
So, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? There's definitely some mental problems there. There's just a bunch of wild ass scenes in there that are just, it's just trying to go over the top. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean the first one, even as disgusting and weird as it was, it did show some sort of weird creativity and something new. And it was definitely like a staple in the mainstream. I remember South Park did an episode on it. There was a couple people that made like, you know, troll parodies on it. But yeah, after a while, Human Centipede 2 was not it. And the third one was just damn near an adult film at that point. It was not good. Let's just be real. So definitely has to go in the LeBum tier. Next, we got Hostel 3. For me, this is one of the weakest installments out of the franchise for sure. It definitely goes in order from the franchise. I think the first one is the best one, second one is the second best, and the third, and so on. I don't know if there is another Hostel, but first two, fire.
It's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Some of the kills in there, some of the ways that people are killed, some of the actual practical effects that they used. Chef's kiss. Like, really good. Really, really good. The third one, terrible graphics. It literally looked like it was filmed in the 90s. The actors were terrible. The plot was terrible. The twist was terrible. Saw it coming from a mile away. It didn't do it for me. And then they had like a battle of the death between the friend that was like the shitty friend that betrayed them and ended up doing this whole thing, and the one dude that was supposed to be getting married, and it was corny. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It was corny. The first two though, every year, stable. Gotta watch them. They're so good. Alright, so for that reason, I'm gonna put it in Ben Simmons because again, as a franchise, I love it. But as a singular movie, if this was to just come out as a standalone, garbage. Next. Ooh. Now we cooking with gas, ladies and gentlemen. So, for the next one, off the ripper. Steph Curry's here. GOAT status.
It's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Grave Encounters, I love this movie. It was a great dark parody on like paranormal shows and like reality TV shows that dealt with like ghost crews and all that. This one was fire. Had the best jump scares. It had the best atmosphere. If you watch this with the lights off, you're gonna feel fully immersed. And like great story, great characters. I actually loved the characters. Over the movie, you end up like loving the characters, and when certain things happen, it's just like you start to feel bad and shit. Like, not to feel bad, but obviously it's a movie. But you know what I mean? Like, you start to feel for the characters. You get invested. You know what I'm saying? And dog, it's fire. Pretty much like a crew of like fake parody ghost, encounter, whatever, TV show people. They set out to go record this one spot that they deem is like actually haunted and like actually like having paranormal shit going on. And it's an asylum. That's just like first no. Like, nah, not happening. No go. No go for me. No way. Yeah, they end up doing it, and then shit just goes left, and it's really fire. I don't want to give too many spoilers on what happens and stuff like that. There is a sequel, so I'm gonna tell you that flat out. You can Google that and find that out. But yeah, it's really good. So I'd say give it a shot. I can't really, like I said, give too many things. I don't want to give too many spoilers on movies I actually like or movies that suck. I'm sorry, unfortunately, I'm gonna spoil the fuck out of them because they need to be spoiled, because I'm gonna save you the time and the energy of not having to watch those movies, because that's my job. That's what I do. I watch all the shitty movies so that way I can recommend the best movies to people. You know why? Because I like to gatekeep things. I like to be able to say that I put people on. You feel me? You don't you like to do that? When you hear somebody put on a song that you knew you put them on to? I love that feeling. I live for that. I love the hustle.
Okay.
So we got Scream 4. T-shirt says it all. I'm a Scream fan. I love the franchise. It definitely is like more of a guilty pleasure because it started to fall off towards the later entries for sure. For me, it's definitely got to be number one. Is going to be the first, like, best out of all of them. Then it's going to be this motherfucker right here. So the fourth one is going to go into the Steph Curry tier.
It's the GOAT! The GOAT!
The cast was great. You had Henry Panettiere, you had Neve Campbell coming back, Courtney Cox, one of the legendary characters, my boy Dewey. What's homeboy's name? Rory Culkin. You had Anthony Anderson in that bitch. Just a bunch of actors, star-studded cast, and they did what they had to do. Like, it was so good to the point to where I actually found out after I watched it that the knife kills and all that stuff was CGI, but I didn't think that. Going into it and watching it, I thought everything was practical. I thought everything looked real. It looked great. It's a new take and a twist on like horror and like as a franchise, and kind of like the whole like requel and like sequel and reimagining and all this stuff, which the later films try to do, but I just feel like they don't encapture it the way that number 4 does. So for all those reasons, I got to throw it in the first tier. So Shark Night, off the ripper. Le Bum tier. For the simple fact that had like, I don't know, man, had like no character. There's a bunch of shark movies that are, like scary shark movies and all that. It just, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. It was pretty much a weekend getaway for some, I think some college kids, and they end up getting terrorized by a damn shark the whole time. It's like, all right. At one point, I get it. Like, it can be a movie, but at the same time, it's like, just stay out the water. Why are you going in the water? Movie done. Movie's over. That's it. What are you even doing that for? If you don't go in the water, then you avoid the shark, right? You call the cops. You do certain actions to get yourself out of this situation, and then that's it. I don't even understand how this really became a movie for real. There's other shark adaptations and movies that actually do it well, like Sharknado.
Please tell me you're joking.
Definitely fucking around. But it just, come on, dog. Like, you could have did something better. Next, we got Fright Night. Fright Night simply gonna end up in the Ben Simmons tier. I really want to put it in the Le Bum tier. I didn't think it was that good. I believe there was an original, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there was a Fright Night original in 1985. I personally think that one was a little bit better, a little bit more cornier and campier, but I liked it a little bit better than this one. Only reason to get some points is because, like I said, Colin Farrell's in it, and that's about it. I love Colin Farrell. I think he's a great actor. I think he needs to do more work, honestly. I haven't seen him in a while. But, yo, Colin, you watching this? I'm sure you're not. But agent, anyone, fan, somebody who likes Colin Farrell, let that motherfucker know. Do some more work, bro. We need you. The streets need you. All right. So, next, we got Contagion. Now, for me, Contagion falls in between, like, the James and the Nicola tier, right? So kind of had to debate myself with this, right? Because now critically, it's acclaimed, right? You got Lawrence Fishburne in there. You got Matt Damon. There's some other motherfuckers in there too. I don't know if Gwyneth Paltrow's in this. I think she is. I'm pretty sure she plays Matt Damon's wife. It's fire. I love the cast. I do like, especially with the events that happened, a couple years ago. It definitely hits a little close to home. It's pretty much about a pathogen, contagion that goes airborne. It's a mysterious one. It pretty much just starts to take over America and just starts like slowly the world and stuff like that. But starts off originally with Matt Damon's wife just kind of like literally self-deleting. Not self-deleting, but she literally, her file just got erased, right? Due to this virus. And it was just so out of nowhere. Like, she was just experiencing pain in one scene, this was going on, that was going on. Rushed her to the hospital, everything was fine. He was literally just talking to her, and then she's gone. It's good. I do like it, but does it really move me like that? I don't know. I think there's movies that do it better as far as like the pathogen and the airborne stuff go. Like 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, Quarantine 1. I'm sure I'm not thinking of other ones, but they're I gotta look them up. But I'm sure there's a bunch, and it's cool. It's cool. So honestly, it's my tier list. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm putting it in the James Harden tier. It did numbers. It was cool, but like, it didn't really win no rings for me. Now we got the Snowtown Murders. This one for me, being that it's based off true events, and it wasn't bad at all. It's going in the James Harden tier. All right, so pretty much the Snowtown Murders has to do with Snowtown, Australia, where it was, I believe, they found a barrel full of like human body parts.
What?
Not a barrel. It was quite a few barrels full of body parts, and it ended up being they arrested 4 people for 11 murders. And this is kind of the story on what happened, why it happened. At least their adaptation of why and when it happened and how it happened. I thought it was pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. I also just really like when movies can like take true events and actually make a good movie out of them. So yeah, for that reason and those reasons alone, it's got to go in the James Harden tier. That's what it is. A movie that is near and dear to my heart. This movie used to scare the shit out of me when I first watched it. I didn't watch it for the first couple times, honestly, upon rewatches. This movie's also got some like kind of weird history with it too. So The Innkeepers. I'm just gonna put it in its placement now. Put it in the Nicola tier. This giant, it had Sarah Paxton in it, I believe. Yeah, it had Sarah Paxton, another dude on the second role, and then there was like a manager, right? So pretty much it's about a closing hotel that's eventually gonna close down in like 2 or 3 days, and these 2 employees pretty much want to capture paranormal occurrences within the hotel. But while they're doing this, they're pretty much awakening something, and what they don't realize is that some of the guests never checked out.
Hello, motherfucker.
Shit gets creepy. Shit gets creepy fast. I would definitely give this a watch. It's fire. And also, I would give it a watch based off of, like, the actual, like, real events that happened on set, too. If you actually look it up, I don't know if it's on YouTube or Google, but there were actual, like, creepy events that happened to Sarah Paxton and the rest of the crew while on set. So it is believed that this place, this hotel, is actually really haunted. And that's pretty fire. I ain't gonna lie. Would I stay there? Fuck no. But maybe for the right price. I ain't gonna lie. Next we got Quarantine 2 Terminal. For this one, I saw what they were doing. They tried to pretty much take the same mysterious virus from the first one and kind of put it in like a claustrophobic type environment with a plane. They tried, they failed. It didn't really move me. The first one was a lot better in my opinion. Also, found footages for me, it's like really hit or miss. Like you really got to do some shit to wow me. I need some sort of wow factor. And it just really wasn't doing it. I ain't gonna lie. Now who the fuck am I? Nobody. So maybe this did wow somebody. Just unfortunately it wasn't me. So for me it's gonna go in the Ben Simmons tier. Just because I do like the Quarantine franchise, but that's the only reason it gets points, honestly. Again, I saw what they were trying to do. Like, you know, the plane, they land, they try to miss, you know, the survivors try to survive, and it just, it's a repeat of the first one, just in a shittier way. The Right. This is another one of those movies that, like, had that marketing hype, and also just the simple fact that Anthony Hopkins was in it, I definitely was gonna fuck with it. But once I saw it, boop, yeah, ass. Pretty much it's a American student that travels to Italy to take a course on exorcisms and stuff, and shit just goes left. Yeah, not it. Not Anthony Hopkins' best role. I mean, he did what he had to do with the content, so it is what it is. But as far as like a movie within itself, ass. Yeah, I'm tired of the exorcism movies. I'm tired. It just, they don't hit, bro. Like, I don't think there's one exorcist-based movie, like, themed movie that hits. I gotta do my research. Gotta do my homework. You know what I'm saying? As J Main said, I gotta do my homework.
It hit different.
As a horror genre, in the horror genre, like as a subcategory, I think exorcism movies just suck. And if anybody can let me know or put me on game, and please put it in the comments, let me know, and I will definitely check it out and give a ranking on it or do a review on it or whatever. I definitely will. The next one, Roommate. This was ass.
Garbage, nigga. I hated every second of it. I hated every fucking second of it.
But I'm gonna give it some points because my shorty from Gossip Girl's in it, and I was fucking with it a little bit. And they got that one scene that messed with me with the shower scene where she ripped shorty belly ring out and the earrings and shit to kind of keep her away from her roommate. That was wild. I ain't gonna lie. But that's about it. Apart from that, it's like your typical like early 2010s kind of like crazy obsession thriller. It really wasn't that good. Alright, so next for me, this might be a tricky take, right? Because I love John Carpenter's The Original, The Thing, from 1982. I love it. Absolutely, hands down. It might be, it's in a battle, but it's in my top 3. Just based off of practical effects, story, the ending. You really don't know what the fuck happened. You don't know if the Kurt Russell and shit is really Kurt Russell, or you're like, it's fire. The whole movie, in and out, and then even when you watch it back, you see some actors you didn't even realize were in it. Like, dog, fire. The Thing remastered, I don't know. It's tough for me because, like, did I like the role that they were going with the new female lead? Yeah, she was from Final Destination 3, I think, which was fire. Cool. It just didn't hit the same. The CGI was shitty. I'm more of a practical effects dude. I hate to sound like an old head, but I do like practical effects. I think there's more creativity and more aura, as the young motherfuckers say, that goes into actually making like your cosmetics and your suits and your effects and all that. I think that's tough. That shows real creativity versus just going on a computer and making some shit that looks fake. And this did a lot of that. Also, I didn't really like the ending. I didn't really like the movie as a whole. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put it in the Ben Simmons tier. Unfortunately. I mean, I love the franchise. It's not really a franchise. There's only one movie and then a remake. But nah. I'm gonna stand 10 toes on this one. I'm not fucking with it. It is what it is. If you got a problem, debate me in the comments. I don't care. But it wasn't that good. The first one, miles better. Eons better. So much better. Why would you want to watch this? Why would you want to waste your time when there's an original? It's stupid. And then last but not least, we got Troll Hunter. For this one caught me by surprise. This is one of those found footages done right. Overall, the graphics, obviously it's CGI, but the graphics didn't look fake. It actually looked like a real fucking troll. Shit was fire. Pretty much the synopsis on it, just to go back, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's a Norwegian dark tongue twister, huh? Norwegian dark fantasy film where a group of students embark to make a documentary about a suspected bear poacher and end up finding some wild shit. They end up finding the real bear poacher, which is a big ass troll, and end up pretty much just become troll hunters. They embark on a journey where they just watch this troll and they like see what it does, see how it lives, all this stuff. Shit goes wild, and it's fire. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it's gonna go in the Nikola Jokic tier for me, just off of like creativity. It's a good found footage. And yeah, I love the graphics. Like I said, I'm a big graphics nerd. This just gotta look good, you know what I mean? And that one did it for me. So yeah, as far as 2011 goes, these are all the movies that I can recollect and remember watching. So yeah, this is my tier list on all those movies from 2011. Next video is going to cover the 2012 versions. Yeah, make sure, you know, if y'all like this content, you feel me? Like the video, subscribe.
Do it. Do it.
I'm definitely going to keep it coming. Eventually, I'm not only going to just cover 2010 to 2025. Like I said, we're going to go back, eventually cover in early 2000s.
This nigga different.